Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. I'm Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Hardcore Sports Network. And of course, we are live on 7 different platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and all across the internet. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to discuss AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite Quake by the Lake. Quake by the Lake took place last night in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to, as I said before, we are broadcasting tonight here on the Hardcore Sports Network. If you are a new viewer, if you are a listener, a watcher, a follower, then come on board to the Hardcore Sports Network. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are again live across 7 different platforms. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to was tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing back a guest that I have been wanting to be on my show for a very long time, and the planets now aligned. This gentleman is a polarizing figure in the internet. He is absolutely fabulous at what he does. Everything this man touches turns to gold, ladies and gentlemen. He is real. He is honest. And of course, he's a great friend of mine. I absolutely love him to pieces. I love him to death. I respect him for what he does. And he gives so much different perspectives as to what the wrestling world is all about. So I had brought him back here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And out of respect, I have a very surprise for him. And I hope he likes the surprise. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring him on right now. He is the host of the Lightning Flash Update. He is the host. He is the host of the Rundown. He is the real Holyfield. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a great friend. He's a good guy, a good guest, and I can't wait to have him back on my channel. Please help me welcome the one and the only, the incomparable Mr. DJ Storms. Let's bring him on the screen.
Mm, 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 mm. I like that intro. I very much like that intro. It gets me pumped, man. It really does get me pumped. And I even brought back the shades just for you. But let me tell you something, Earl. You're great at what you do, but there's only one way that we can do the intro right. So if you will give me the honors, I would like to. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Please.
Now, for those of you that do not know who I am, please allow me to reintroduce myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you to a very special edition of the Wrestling Experience right here on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube. Whatever you may be watching from, we are live and we turn it up on a Thursday. As of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle, no. Wow. Hey, Earl. Do you know what that smell is right there? You know what that is?
Pure excellence.
You're damn right it is. Wait for it. Wait for it. feeling it. I am on fire, baby. I am on fire. And I'm very, very happy to be back here on the Wrestling Experience. I see you got some new layouts over here, looking very, very sharp. I know you got a new microphone as well. You're coming in very clearly as well, which is a great thing to see.
Yes.
And I'm loving it. I'm hyped. I'm pumped, man.
Yes.
Thanks for having me back on the show. I greatly appreciate it.
You know something, DJ Storms? Another thing, too, is I wanted to pay homage to you tonight because I thought about you all day today. And I have great respect for you. And the thing is that so much so that I'm going to do something I've never done before in the history of the show. And that is this. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, and this is the only time this is going to happen, my show is now beaming on DJ Storm's YouTube channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can subscribe to his channel. You can subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe right here, right now, on this on all of these platforms, including the Hardcore Sports Network. So we're making history, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to
I don't see it live, man. You might
show.
want to double check that. I don't see it live right now. You might want to re-click it. I had no idea. You might want to re-click that, man.
No, let me.
If that's the case, we got to do this right. You might want to re-click that, so that way it's on my channel, man. Re-click it.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
I know we're live on Twitter right now, so for the peeps watching on Twitter, I greatly appreciate you. Let me go and
okay. All right. Let me just take care of that right now. All right, there we go. I think I did take care of it. I did take care of it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it. Say it. Let's
It'll probably come through at some point. I had no idea we were doing this.
Yes, it's an homage to you, my friend. It is. It is a homage to you because DJ Storms and I, ladies and gentlemen, we are two polarizing figures. We have very different takes on how we do our wrestling shows. He does the way he does his, and I do the way I do mine. And when we come together, we just have a lot of fun together because I respect his channel. I respect his brand. I respect everything that this gentleman does. And it does go vice versa. So for most of you who think that we do have a one-sided relationship, we do not. So
you might want to put your thumbnail. You might want to put the thumbnail on my channel as well. I don't see that thumbnail of yours on my channel, but I see it. And it looks damn good. We're currently live on my channel too.
Yes.
We're currently live on my channel too. I like that.
So
that shit right there, man.
It is a respect to you, my friend. It is something I wanted to do for a very long time. And because of Hardcore Sports, they made that very possible. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Storms and I are going to sit down. Dee and DJ Storms and Tony, how are you? Apparently Tony is a troll, so we're going to have to get rid of Tony, unfortunately.
Clear as day. Let me see. I don't even know. Hey, that's probably on your channel or the Hardcore Sports channel. I'm
not sure. I am not sure.
Let me check. Let me just double check. It's on your channel right there.
Scammer.
Well, we're gonna be getting these fucking assholes out of here. What are you doing? Come on, let me tell you something, Tony and Dee Scammer. You can't touch me. You can't, because at the end of the day, you're 600-pound slobs jerking off the anime porn, and I'm here with Earl Cole making history on multiple different platforms, getting attention just by waking up in the morning. You can't touch me. You can't touch me. I am inevitable, just like Thanos.
Well, I like that. I like that, TJ Storms. I do. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you what's on the menu here tonight on my show. We're going to be discussing the Quake by the Lake.
Yes.
Then we're going to do the AEW, well, DJ Storm's favorite segment of my show.
Oh.
It's the AEW comment of the week. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this comment is, well, I can just pretty much say that. It's interesting. So let's just talk about this for a second. I want to jump right into the main event of Dynamite. Let's talk about this for a second. Yes, let's just dive right into this. John Moxley defended the AEW interim champion last night against Chris Jericho. DJ Sons, let me ask you something. What did you make of the match, and what did you make of the build for the match?
Well, if we're talking about the build for the match, I mean, when it comes to a Chris Jericho, John Moxley match, the first one obviously had the better build. That had more of a story going into it. There wasn't too much time to build to this, but at the end of the day, what we got was a pretty solid couple weeks of build, and you didn't really have to do too much to sell Chris Jericho versus John Moxley match, because again, it's Chris Jericho and John Moxley. But the build for what we got was pretty solid. We had some back and forths between both Jericho and Moxley. Obviously, both men are great promos, two of the best promos in the company and in the industry. So it was pretty easy for them to sell a match within 2 weeks based off of how good they are on the microphone and what they're doing, what they're capable of. And the match itself, minus that little botch by Sammy Guevara, which was clear as day, the match was a very good fight. Exactly what I wanted. And it was actually better than their first match. Their first match wasn't bad, but at the end of the day, their first match on a show that was littered with great material from top to bottom, it was going to be very hard for them to really come out and steal the show, especially in the main event of Revolution, a show where you had Darby and Sammy on it. You had Cody and MJF, Orange Cassidy and Pac, and especially that phenomenal tag team match with the Bucks and Hangman and Omega. So this match definitely outdid their first one. This one was an absolute fucking fight. We had blood, violence. Chris Jericho brought back the Lion Tamer theme, which was great. And that right there played up a nice little angle where Chris Jericho brought back that intense side of him, the last surviving member of the Hart family dungeon, because it was a world championship match against Moxley right now. And Moxley right now, I think Moxley right now might maybe doing the best work of his career. I don't think that there is a guy who is on top of his game as much as Moxley is right now in AEW. And that's on a brand that has as much great talent as it has with Swerve and Lee and Rosa, Baker, Hayter, Storm, and the Bucks are on there, and Hangman and Cole, and all of these great top-tier talent. Yuta, Jungle Boy, Christian. John Moxley right now could be considered the best wrestler of the year. And that's one thing that I love about what John Moxley does. He does not stray from anything. He doesn't stray from his character. He doesn't stray from the motto that he is built for, especially with the Blackpool Combat Club. He puts 138% into everything that he does. And what we got was a very good fight. Great stuff. It was hard-hitting. It was physical, violent. Crowd loved it. Went a solid 24, 25 minutes. Moxley retained. And in the end, we got the return of the best in the world. And now we can start the build towards the unification match, which will take place in Punk's hometown of Chicago at All Out, in which Punk will unify the championships. And then a certain someone who's better than you, and you know it's going to come back and wrap up that angle. Got great stuff all around. Awesome main event.
Yeah, I agree with the entire assessment, and I think for that assessment, I think that is great. I agree with you. I love the match. Yes, the botch at the end was Sammy Guevara throwing the bat in the ring. I thought that kind of like threw the wrench, the monkey wrench inside of the main event. But other than that, the match was great. The match was just fantastic, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Um, yeah, the match was great. Let me ask you a question before we move on here. What do you think about all of the disgruntled wrestlers now in AEW and what is happening behind the scenes and how unhappy some of these wrestlers are when it comes to their bookings with Tony Khan? What do you think of it?
I don't really know where this is coming from. And to be quite honest with you, the theory of disgruntled wrestlers, this right here is just coming out of the blue for no reason. Realistically, Meltzer even tweeted it out himself. It's much ado about nothing. It really is. Because at the end of the day, if things were really, 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 really bad backstage with AEW, then we would start to hear shit coming out well before what we heard this week. And at the end of the day, it's just people trying to start shit. Realistically, people are getting all hyped up and they're getting themselves worked up all because Miro liked to tweet about thinking he was used better in WWE, or Andrade liking some tweets saying that he should go back because Triple H is now back in charge. People need to realize that when it comes to the roster that Tony Khan has assembled right now, and with how great it is, of course, there's going to be some people that don't make television in the time being because there's not enough hours of TV time. And I've stated this time and time again. This is probably the biggest problem that AEW has right now. They don't have enough TV time. What we need is a second hour of Rampage, with Rampage going on a separate night, probably Thursdays live from 8 to 10. And then we need a 1 hour Ring of Honor show, whenever that may be. This is what we need. That's what we have to accomplish at the end of this all. And I do have full confidence that Tony Khan right now is working on that as we speak. But at the end of it all of this shit, it's just people just trying to start up bullshit at the end of the day. And it quite frankly sucks, especially because WWE right now, they're actually starting to get on the right track with these shows that they've been putting on. Their shows have actually been pretty decent as of lately. And then you got AEW, who's been putting on great shows for the last 3 years. Tony Khan's never put on a bad show. There's been some lackluster shows. There's been some down shows here and there. That's for sure. The company's not perfect, but there's never been a bad AEW Dynamite or a bad AEW Rampage or a bad pay-per-view. But at the end of the day, this just goes to show you how fucking sad people really are. I don't see anything that resembles disgruntled. And at the end of the day, when their contract is up, they can leave because the field is wide open. These individuals, if they leave AEW, it's not going to hurt them. Cody leaving AEW didn't hurt them. Andrade, if he leaves AEW, that's not going to hurt him. Miro, if he leaves AEW, it's not going to hurt him because there's new wrestlers coming into the industry. And there could be wrestlers that could go to AEW when their small independent contracts are up. Called building for the future. Maybe some WWE individuals want to test the waters over in AEW and vice versa. The landscape of pro wrestling right now is as open as it could possibly be. And this is a time where everyone should be celebrating because now pro wrestling legitimately has a place overall. The entire landscape of pro wrestling is going to thrive. And who's to say we might not get a WWE versus AEW show sometime down the line with Triple H and Tony Khan inevitably working together? People try to start shit for the sake of starting shit. I would pay these stories about disgruntled wrestlers in AEW no attention whatsoever. Everything is going smoothly. Could some wrestlers be used better? Yes, absolutely. There could always be better for whoever's on television or whoever's not on television. But at the end of the day, if you're going to come out and say that these wrestlers are fucking disgruntled, over what? Over what? You honestly think that these wrestlers would have the same success if they went elsewhere other than AEW? Maybe in WWE now, but I mean, WWE and AEW, they're the top two big dogs right now. They're the places where the people are going to make the most money and they're going to be booked the best. They could probably get decent success in Impact, but no one watches fucking Impact. Same thing with MLW, same thing with NWA. They're not bad promotions, but if we're talking about exposure, WWE and AEW are the top two wrestling companies if you're talking about exposure. I would pay these stories absolutely no attention whatsoever.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. I'm not paying attention to it. I think everything is fine the way it is right now. I think everything is fine the way it is. And, speaking of explosions and speaking of exposure and everything, I wanted to just bring this out to everyone in my audience. Last Wednesday, I did a Raw watch along. Now, I know a lot of people don't watch it because you have work schedule and you have other things, but this was the most watched Raw watch along that I've ever had on my channel. I had 133 views on this video. And the link for that description is in the description below if you want to watch it again. And for everyone out there, I want you to hit the like button on not only DJ Storm's channel, not only on my channel, but on the Hardcore Sports Network. So if you are watching on either channel, go to them right now and hit that like button. Subscribe to DJ Storms, subscribe to me, and subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. I greatly appreciate. Okay, let's move on.
Wait a minute. Don't I get to do my intro here? I mean, we are streaming on my channel, of course.
Oh, yes. Of course. Let me step aside.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Let me step aside. I want to be a respectable host. So let me just step aside for a second and let DJ Storms let you know how you can find him on social media. DJ Storms, the floor is yours.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at HistoryMakerDJS. That is at HistoryMakerDJS. You can also add me on Facebook. You can check that out on my channel links for collaborations and business inquiries. Please send me an email. My email is, of course, stormstakeover@gmail.com, like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms posse group, in which Earl is a senior administration member on. He is one of the top dogs over there, so if you fuck with me, you fuck with him. So do not fuck with any of us here on the DJ Storms Posse Facebook group, because we are the top of the line. We are the elite, wink, wink, of the IWC, and let that be known to everybody. Also, please make sure, if you haven't already done so, check out the rewind for AEW Battle of the Belts Part 3, which was easily the best Battle of the Belts that they've done. Very solid 1 hour show that we got last Saturday, especially that main event with Claudio and Takeshita. Fantastic main event between those two. I am loving what Takeshita's doing. On top of that, we got the LFU coming on Saturday. We're talking about various topics, including whether Vince McMahon is really running WWE from the shadows or not. And apparently there were no bridges burned between Jonathan Gresham and Tony Khan following the altercation and the big confrontation at Death Before Dishonor before the show. We're going to talk about that as well. If you haven't liked the video already, I don't know what you're doing. We are over 20 minutes into the stream. If you haven't liked the video, then obviously that's a problem. You got to like it on my channel, then go over to Earl's channel, like it on Earl's, then go over to the Hardcore Sports channel, like it on Hardcore Sports. It is vital that you do so, because if you don't, then we're obviously going to have a problem here, people. You need to go and like it. It is as vital as it could possibly get. So check that out ASAP. And of course, you got to make sure that you share the stream out on all platforms of social media. I'm talking about Twitter, I'm talking about Instagram, I'm talking about Facebook and Twitch and Tumblr and Pinterest and Snapchat and TikTok and whatever social media platforms that you may be using. You got to make sure you share it out on all these platforms. And then on top of that, you got to hit the subscribe button on my channel, on Earth's channel, on the Hardcore Sports channel. And of course, you got to hit that follow button on Twitter. Subscribe to all the channels. Follow us on Twitch at Hardcore Sports 1 right over there. And of course, hit that notifications bell on all 3 of the YouTube channels with a huge coup de grace. That way, you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube and whenever Earl pops up on YouTube, because whenever we pop up on YouTube, baby, it's the best time to be on YouTube. because it is the only time, and Earl, this is your favorite part, where you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination, this beautiful 5-star mustache right here, and the most perfect pompadour in human history. Hey, Earl, you know what time it is? Oh.
It's time for the comb.
You already know what time it is. We're going to light it up right here on 3 different channels, 2 different Twitter accounts, Facebook and Twitch, with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of because like Campbell's soup, oh, I'm so good. Everybody wants a piece of the Storm's Meister. You already know. I'm the tastiest snack in the IWC, baby. Anyway, I'm getting a little carried away.
But I love it. I love it. I love it because it's the most. See, you people don't understand something. You know, a lot of, especially you trolls tonight on this chat. You people in the troll, you don't understand. You don't understand. He's not disrespecting my show by being on his phone. That is not what he's doing. He is just checking all the likes, all of the description, everything that's happening in real time here. So understand that.
We need some more people. We need some more. Yo, Dee, I know you're watching. You better be sharing out this stream.
Yes, that's Dee. Yes, Dee is in the chat. Hello, Dee. DJ Sons in the chat. Hello, DJ Sons. And everybody else who's in the chat, hit that like button. Hit the like button. And it's very important that you do that. Hit that like button. For most of you who don't know, welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole. That is DJ Storms. You can follow me on Twitter at WWE Earl C. That's WWE Earl C on Twitter. Instagram, you can always follow me at Earl C99. That's right. On Instagram, it's Earl C99. And of course, you can always find me on Facebook. And of course, all of my links are in the description below, including the Raw watch along, which was the highest rating I've ever gotten on my channel. So I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank all of my supporters, all of my subscribers, and everybody who supports this show and this show alone. I cannot do this by myself. I cannot lift heavy furniture by myself. I need you as a supporter. I need you to get me out there and put me in the neon sign. So without your support, this show is nothing. I appreciate DJ Storm tonight on the Wrestling Experience. Let's talk about this next match, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this next match. Darby Allin was in a coffin match.
Ooh.
And he took on Mr. Brody King. DJ Stones, what did you make of the match and what did you make of the build for the match?
Easily the best coffin match that AEW has done to date. Excellent stuff all around. And in the end, everyone came out looking like a winner here. Brody King has looked like an absolute beast. You know, it's funny because a lot of people thought that it was going to be Buddy or it was going to be Malachi that was really going to have the most shine in the House of Black. But lately, it's been Brody King. The last 2 months, Brody King has absolutely taken AEW by storm. His match with Moxley, his 2 matches with Darby, he's looked like an absolute stone-cold killer. And this is exactly what the match was intended to do. This match was excellent from start to finish. Brody King bled like a stuck pig. Darby Allin was getting tossed around as if he was a Frisbee. And in the end, we got a very good stare down with Sting and Malachi. Could we potentially see a Sting versus Malachi match? I would not mind it. Maybe we see the House of Black versus Miro, Darby Allin, and Sting. That right there is going to be great. Miro's involved in this as well. He's the X Factor. He's the dark horse in this one. who is going to turn on who, who's going to side with who. Is Miro going to side with Black, or is he going to side with Darby and Sting? He chose Darby and Sting. He wants to fight the House of Black. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all works out. And this match really furthered a lot of story. I can definitely see the House of Black winning the Trios Championships. That's what I would do, for sure. That's what I would do. And in the end, Darby Allin, he got a much-needed win right here. He remains undefeated in coffin matches. And the ending, after Sting threw the bat at Malachi, and Malachi, he did not give in to Sting. He did not give in to Sting. He just tossed it right to the side and said, what you doing? You honestly think I'm going to give in to you? Fuck you. He walked away. Sting followed him. House of Black was eliminated. House of Black was completely eliminated. And Darby, like the savage that he is, choked out Brody King. He choked him out with the chain, keeping Brody looking strong, because let's be real, like no one's getting up after being choked out with a chain. And then he just fell right into the coffin. It was brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Perfect finish. Exactly what needed to happen. The best coffin match that they've done to date thus far. Really fun stuff. Darby gets a much-needed win. I'm very excited to see what happens with Darby, Sting, and Miro and the House of Black. Maybe we could see those 6 in a Trios Championship match after the House of Black inevitably wins the tournament. Good stuff. Really good stuff.
I can't even say anything more than that. I need to just get off the stage and drop the mic, and that'll do it. There is nothing more that I can add than what you just said. The match was fantastic. I had no issues with the match whatsoever. I had no issues with it. The way he fell into the coffin and the lid just closed without even Darby Allin closing the lid, I thought that was fantastic. The way he choked him out with the chain was fantastic. The way he was busted open was fantastic. I had no issues with this match. This match was just absolutely woolly, wild, and all over the place.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I knew it. I know you like the back of my hand, bro. I knew you were going to say it.
I like using. I do. I do in these kind of matches. I do. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, as of right now, until further notice, we are retiring the hashtag. What are you doing, WWE?
They're actually doing pretty decent. So how about that?
Yes. So I am retiring that hashtag until further notice. So I just want to let everybody know that that's another announcement that I'm going to be making here tonight. But getting back to the Darby Allin match, again, like I said before, I love the little nuances of the match. I thought that it was great. They had great chemistry in the ring. But let me ask you something, Storm. All the moves that Darby Allin does in the ring, that humiliation, dirty kind of a moves, stuff like that. Is it becoming too much in AEW television and pay-per-view?
I don't think he's done enough. Keep getting crazy. This is what makes him Darby Allin. It's exactly what makes him Darby Allin. You're not going to tell Darby Allin to take it down when the fans want to see Darby Allin go batshit crazy. This is what is going to take Darby Allin to the top, and this is what's going to make Darby Allin a world champion at the end of it all.
Right. Again, like I said before, I said it again. I had no issues with the match. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic, and it was good. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of are we going to get here for All Out. What kind of match is this going to happen? What are we going to get, a 6-man tag? Are we going to get a singles match? What is something that we're going to get in the AEW cook pot? And that is something I'm kind of like curious to see where they're going to go with this, because there's different feuds going on here, and they need to be solved. And I'm kind of like curious to see which way Tony Khan is going to handle this. and everything. So it is curious to see. And let me just say one thing: if you're not a fan of Sting, you can't be a wrestling fan.
No.
You can't be. You can't be.
You're not a fan of AEW, you can't be a wrestling fan.
You know, you can't.
Period,
You can't.
man.
You can't. You can't. You can't. Because I love me some Sting. I mean the man had. Let me explain this to everyone. The man had triple neck fusion neck surgery. He goes out there and wrestles like he's 22. Sting I don't know what to say about Sting. I don't know what to say about Sting anymore. The man does things that I don't know what he's on. I don't know what he takes at his age, but I want it. I would like to meet him in person and say, look, listen, I don't know what you take, but I want what you take when I turn 60 because you're damn good. And that that is the truth. That is the God honest truth. I love it. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah,
Powerhouse.
my man,
Powerhouse Hobbs took on a jobber.
And he wasn't. No, Powerhouse Hobbs wasn't in action this week. Powerhouse Hobbs was in action this week. Luchasaurus was in action this week. Powerhouse Hobbs took on a jobber last week.
Luchasaurus. Well, right. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize.
Luchasaurus remain on top of your game, bro.
I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I got excited. I do apologize. I do apologize to my audience. I will talk about Powerhouse Hobbs in a minute. Luchasaurus took on a jobber in a quick fashion and eliminated him with Jungle Boy on the microphone. Christian Cage came on, the pull apart, everything else that is happening. Let me ask you a question, DJ Storms. What did you make of this? And do you think that at this point Luchasaurus is going to screw Jungle Boy?
Yes, absolutely. That's pretty much what they're leading to. And that right there is what's going to make Jungle Boy a bigger babyface. That's going to make Luchasaurus into a monster heel. And it's going to make Christian Cage look more like a fucking dick. And that's exactly what we need. Christian Cage being the dickwad that he is. Luchasaurus being a monster heel that just stabbed his former best friend in the back. And this opens up a world of possibilities. I said this on my channel, actually. Jay Lethal and Wardlow, they're on a collision course for All Out. Wardlow should retain, and he will. Then, what do you do with Wardlow after that? Insert him into this storyline. Have Jungle Boy recruit Wardlow to help him fight Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, and that could potentially lead towards Wardlow versus Christian or Wardlow versus Luchasaurus for the TNT Championship. Because Luchasaurus right now, in this heel role, which he's about to completely stake the nail in the coffin, and he's really going to solidify, yeah, I'm a fucking heel now. He is going to stab Jungle Boy in the back, and then he can get a shot at Wardlow for the TNT Championship after he gets a few wins under his belt. It is a great thing to see. And right now, I'm loving it. And if you notice, the heel tendencies of Luchasaurus are starting to show. He headbutted Pat Buck. He still has the heel theme music. He's still wearing all black, and he hasn't said a word. I love it. Subtle, and you know it's coming. You just sense it's coming. And when we get Christian versus Jungle Boy at All Out, when Luchasaurus fucks over Jungle Boy, it is going to be great. I'm going to smile from ear to ear. It is going to be a great thing to see Luchasaurus and Christian Cage get ripped apart by the crowd, and seeing the crowd want Jungle Boy to get his hands on both of them. It's going to be great. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I again, I agree with the assessment. The feud is fantastic. They are just taking nuances of this feud, and they're just giving it to you as it happens, and they're just giving you the soup. And I love the soup. I love the flavor. I love the heel work. I love Christian's heel work. I think that was absolutely fantastic. He keeps coming on TV week after week and keeps putting the screws to Jungle Boy. He keeps teasing him. He wants a piece of him. Jungle Boy wants a piece of him. Now let me ask you a question. If they make this official and they fight it All Out, Would you make this match a steel cage?
No, because you'd just be putting it at 1,000 miles per hour right out of the gate. Have it as a one-on-one match and have the steel cage be the end to the feud. So then after we get Wardlow introduced into the storyline, Wardlow can fight Luchasaurus for the TNT title, and then we inevitably see Jungle Boy beat Christian inside of a steel cage, probably on a special show in October, or maybe they could do it at Full Gear. Either way, they can extend this storyline as far out as they want, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Would you do Luchasaurus and have him fight for the TNT title at Grand Slam?
No, I would do the tag team match between Wardlow, Jungle Boy, Christian, and Luchasaurus at Grand Slam, and then I do Luchasaurus and Wardlow at Battle of the Belts 4 on October 8th.
Okay.
I definitely do that.
I would definitely do that. Madison Rayne, ladies and gentlemen, took on Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. The match was good. I love it. I absolutely love their match. I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. DJ Storms, what did you make of the match, and what did you make of the build of the match?
I don't really want to shit on them, but at the end of it, it was probably the weakest match of the night. It really was.
Okay.
And that's not on them. It was just because at the end of the day, with so much great material on the show, it was going to be very, very hard for Jade and Madison Rayne to top them, especially when you had a fantastic world title match coming up, when you had that coffin match, when you had that amazing tornado tag team match between Lucha Bros and La Facción Ingobernables. It was going to be very, very hard for these two women to top anything that happened on the show. Let me tell you something. Madison Rayne is not bad. Jade Cargill, she's coming along, and give her another year or two, she will be where she needs to be fully. Jade Cargill's had some pretty decent matches this year as well. But at the end of the day, they're not Thunder Rosa. They're not Britt Baker. It's not Jamie Hayter, not Toni Storm, not Athena, not Ruby Soho. Those are the top, not Chris Statlander. Those are the top women over there. Those types of women could easily outdo whatever the other people were doing. Whatever Brody and Darby did, or Jericho and Moxley, those types of women will be able to outdo them. Not Jade, not Madison Rayne. That's not saying that they're terrible. They're just not there yet. So at the end of the day, this was pretty much an academic match. Very, very straightforward, very simple. Probably the weakest match of the night. Really no reason to go back and rewatch it. It served the purpose of Jade Cargill retaining the TBS Championship, and considering Chris Statlander's out with injury, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be having Athena go after the TBS Championship, which I am not opposed to whatsoever. I think that Athena would be a very nice representation for the TBS Championship, and it would definitely make sense. Sucks for Chris Statlander, and I do hope that she comes back 100%, that's for sure, because Chris Statlander, if I was booking this, I would have absolutely had Statlander win the belt and Athena go and challenge Rosa, but unfortunately, we're not in that scenario. Unfortunately, we can't go back, rewrite history. It is what it is, but at the end of the day, I'm okay with Athena, and I'm very, very interested in seeing how they book Athena after she inevitably wins the TBS Championship, which I think is going to be the case come All Out. That's definitely what they've been building towards. Thoughts and prayers, speedy recovery for Chris Statlander. And Jade, I'd say that she takes a little break after she loses the TBS Championship. She takes a break from TV a little bit and kind of hones her craft a little bit more. Make sure that she has everything's down pretty solid, gets a little bit more fluid in the ring. You know what I'm talking about. And I definitely like to see maybe Anna Jay mix it up with Athena, maybe a Ruby Soho, maybe a Ty Conti, women like that, maybe a Serena Deeb. That's definitely someone that I want to see as TBS champion at some point. Maybe we see Red Velvet come back from injury. I would like to believe that she's due back at any time. Obviously, we have Mercedes Martinez in there. Nyla Rose wouldn't be bad as well.
Sky Blue.
Sky Blue's not there yet. She's not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not saying she'll never get there, but I have a feeling she will get there at some point in time. Definitely.
Abaddon.
No, fuck Abaddon. I'm waiting for her to be released. TK, I know you don't release people, but at the end of the day, Abaddon needs to be Abagon from AEW. I'm sorry. But that's my
Phono
analysis of
Cartoon.
everything.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and I agree with the assessment. I agree with the assessment wholeheartedly. Yeah, I do agree with you. I'm going to backtrack, and yeah, the match was okay. The match was okay. It was there. It would serve the purpose of what it's supposed to do, and
Yeah,
it entertain the audience. Yeah, it was there, and it entertained the audience. I don't have any issues with it. Now, let me ask you a question, because we're gonna talk about this. The Lucha Bros took on Rush and Andrade El Idolo. Now, let me ask you a question, DJ Storms. I want your honest opinion on this. Do you think that this is becoming too much, where their mask is being removed in every single match? A lot of people are saying that it is too much, that something needs to be done here with the booking. Why is it that every time they go into the ring with these men, they're ripping the mask off? It is. I think it's. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I just think it's a little redundant. To be honest with you, what do you think of it?
Yeah, it definitely has become a little bit redundant, but I understand what they're doing. And the way that they actually did what they did with Penta's mask being tied up in the ropes, the way that they did that was actually very well done. That was actually pretty fucking creative. I will give them their props for that. But yes, it can become a little bit redundant. I'm not sure if this was Andrade or Rush's idea. I'm not sure whose idea it specifically was, but yes, it's definitely become redundant. I understand what they're trying to do, disrespect the Lucha heritage and shit like that, and it can become a little overbearing, but I'm really not letting that negative distract me from what was a fantastic Tornado tag team match with the right outcome, might I add. La Facción and Gobernalis, right outcome. They needed the win. Lucha Bros are already a made tag team, and at the end of it, I definitely would love to see La Facción and Gobernalis make it to the semifinals, which they could potentially do that. Some people have been saying that the Undisputed Elite could very well cost Omega and the Bucks, who I believe Omega is going to return. And Omega and the Bucks are going to lose in the first round to La Facción and Gobernalis, which I have no issue with at all.
Let me ask you a question. In your crystal ball, because you seem to have clairvoyancy on this. Who do you think who do you be the inaugural EOS champion?
The House of Black.
Okay.
House of Black, hands down. I'm a member of the House of Black. You just can't see. I have like the black eye around here. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I did see you at TV the other day. I did see that.
I know. I'm everywhere. I'm inevitable. I'm like Thanos.
I liked the match. I thought the match was great. I like the little nuances in the match. That everybody played their part well in the match. I just wish that they would stop ripping the mask off. It kind of like taints the goodness of the match. It kind of like, distract. It's almost like that 50-50 kind of a booking where you keep having the mask getting ripped off and everything else. I don't like that. I think that is a very disrespectful thing to do. Other than that, I think the match was fantastic. I had no issues with the match. Right outcome,
Earl,
right thing.
On your channel, we got 10 likes on your channel. Where are you people over on my channel? I only see 4 likes on my channel. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but if we got 10 likes on Earl's channel, there should be 10 likes on my channel. Come on, people.
Yeah, come on, guys. Come on, hit that like button.
Time is
Hit that like.
money.
Yes, further. Thank you very much. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, everyone. Please. On the Hardcore Sports Network, on my network, on my channel, on every channel. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Please. Yes, everyone. Please hit that like button. Take the soup of opportunity and spread it around. Spread that around that soup. Yes. Yeah, so anyway, Lucha Bros did very good in this match. Very good match. Ricky Starks took on Aaron Solo.
The Revolution is televised.
This match was great. I had no issues with it. Him and Powerhouse Hobbs are on a collision course, and it's gonna happen at All Out. We all know that, and I don't know what to say anymore. The match was okay. I thought it was good. It served the purpose. It keeps telling the story of Powerhouse's babyface turn. And the DJ, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was just a very, very quick match. Really nothing overly crazy. It did what it needed to do. It got Ricky Starks a win, and it really does seem like they will be building up Ricky Starks as the next top tier babyface. And if I'm looking at Ricky Starks, I look at Ricky Starks and I see next All Atlantic champion right there. If I have my eyes set on Starks and Pac for the All Atlantic championship at some point in the coming months, because Pac, he's going to need a challenger that's really going to give him a barn burner. I mean, Pac can have a barn burner with anyone. He's fucking Pac. But at the end of the day, Ricky Starks and Pac, that is my All Atlantic championship match right there going into the coming months. That right there would be a fantastic match for the All Atlantic championship. He's mainly been defending the title on Dark. I like the fact that they are showcasing the matches, which is a good thing, especially considering that the main motive behind the belt was to try and get more international exposure. I like it. I just don't want it to become a dark heavy championship. I do want it to go and branch off into Dynamite and Rampage as well. So if I'm looking at All Atlantic Championship, I'm looking at that match being contested between Pac and Ricky Starks in the coming months, possibly going into the new year, because Pac deserves a nice lengthy reign with it.
Yeah, I agree with
and Hobbs. I'm looking at Hobbs as the next TNT champion next year.
Yes,
Hobbs and Wardlow.
Yep, I would agree with that. Let me ask you something. Do you think Wardlow's title defense have become irrelevant?
Absolutely not. I'm not sure where you're coming up with that. The match with Orange Cassidy was probably Wardlow's best match in his AEW run to date. The match with Jay Lethal was not as good as it should have been at Battle of the Belts, but that was because, again, they only were given 8 minutes. But I have a feeling they're going to put on a very solid match at All Out as well. They're going to make up for the lack of time that they got. And, again, the company's not perfect. They fuck up. They fucked up with that, but they're going to rectify it, because with Tony Khan, he always goes out of his way to rectify anything that he does not do well with in the past.
Okay. All right.
Besides, all those reigns just started. How can you judge it? It just started.
Right. Okay.
People have no fucking patience.
No, they don't. Well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that was AEW Dynamite Quake by the Lake. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have went through the entire show from soup to nuts. The show was fantastic.
Oh, wait a minute. One more thing.
I had a good time with it last night.
Next week.
Yes.
Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia, best 2 out of 3 falls. Holy mother of God. Inject that shit into my vein.
And another thing too is take my money, please. That's going to be a hell of a match. That is going to be good. That's going to be real good. So, ladies and gentlemen, That was AEW Dynamite. That was. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the AEW comment or comments of the week.
Am I going
First,
to have a vein pop in my head?
well, let's see how you feel about this. Exposed Turnbuckle says Tony Khan says he can't book every wrestler on TV because AEW only has 3 hours of program television. I can't get everybody on the show, challenging in ways where you have 3 hours of television. I can't get if they're looking for competitors that are 7 hours of television. People in the company are thinking twice about signing to AEW TV. What do you think of that?
I mean, Tony Khan didn't say anything wrong. He said something that is factually correct. You can't book everyone on TV every week with a loaded roster like that with only 3 hours. This is not a Tony Khan problem. This is a TNT, TBS, Time Warner problem. Tony Khan right now, and I know what kind of individual he is. I do not know him personally. I've never been to a media scrum. I've been to an AEW event, but I've never talked to him in person, or I've never talked to him on Twitter, none of that. But I know for a fact that what he's trying to do is make every single show better than the last one that he had. And in order for him to do that, in order for him to improve his company, he's going to have to expand the hours of TV time. Rampage was not supposed to be at the 10 p.m. time slot on Friday. That right there was a TNT initiative. So that show needs to be moved to Thursdays live. We're going to get that at some point, but not now. Tony Khan's trying to do that. He's also trying to expand Battle of the Belts from 1 hour to 2 hours. So two hours, 4 shows a year. They will become their true mini pay-per-views in between the 4 major pay-per-views that they have. And then we got the 1 hour Ring of Honor deal. Not everyone is going to get the showcase. Some people don't even deserve to be on television because they fucking suck. Like Abaddon, like Sonny Kiss, people like that. Some people don't deserve to be on television because they suck. But at the end of the day, he didn't say anything that was wrong. If you are honestly making a big deal out of this and you're complaining about this shit and you're going, oh, he should let wrestlers go or he should stop signing wrestlers, how exactly is he supposed to put on a different innovative show every single week if he is running around with the same 30 people every single week? That's exactly what we bash WWE for. So you would rather have a WWE show 3 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday. Right now, NXT is the worst show on television. And then SmackDown 2 hours on Friday. You would rather see the same shit every single week, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday for WWE's shows, all 3 shows, 7 hours a week. But you're legitimately complaining that Tony Khan is giving you a new, innovative, fresh show with different matches, different vibes, different feels, different storyline advancements, different storyline placements, and different feuds and angles every single week. I don't know exactly what the fuck you're complaining about. And it just goes to show you that people are exactly what I say they are. I don't say the shit that I say just to be cool. Everything that comes out of my mouth is the gospel truth. People just don't want to admit it because they are stubborn assholes. But at the end of the fucking day, the majority of people, especially on social media, it doesn't just have to do in the wrestling community, people are fucking retards. I say this over and over again, and I have no problem saying it directly to people's faces who legitimately come out with stupid shit like this. Tony Khan cannot book everyone. He is going to do his best and work with what he's been given, but he's trying to get that extra hour Rampage. He's trying to get that Ring of Honor show. At some point, it will happen. Until then, this is what we're stuck with. This isn't Tony Khan's fault. This is the fact that Time Warner didn't give him enough. Tony Khan is now expanding the roster. Now he needs to expand the hours of TV time. We'll get there. Is it in a scenario where some people should be on television, but they're not? Yes. I can name a few. Lance Archer should definitely be on television more. Lance Archer could definitely be booked better. We could definitely see Andrade have been booked better. We could definitely see people like that, maybe people like Darby, maybe people like Buddy, people like that. I get it. Maybe people like Jay Lee. I get it. Maybe Joe. I get it. Maybe the Acclaimed. I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, we need to expand the hours of TV in order to do that. People really need to take a step back. And listen, I know it goes against every fiber of your being, people, but could you use your fucking brain? Maybe you don't have a brain. Maybe you're the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. I would dance and be merry. Life would be a ding a day. Trust me. I know you would laugh and dance merrily. I know. But at least try and listen. Shut your mouth and listen to the intelligent people speak, like yours truly. Did that answer the question?
Yes, it did. Tyler says AEW has big flaws. Last week, I haven't been into Dynamite or Rampage because how bad things have gotten. The storyline is good. I wouldn't know because there's random championship matches, a championship feud that I can't even care for or filler. There's only one feud that I care for in AEW, and that's the Jungle Boy versus Christian. That is it. Also, it doesn't help that AEW, that Tony is signing every wrestler that hits a free agent. The more than half of them aren't used. Miro is one of them. Hasn't been used since the tournament for the new title, which he lost in the first round of. The House of Black, only Julia Hart has been used, and that has been sporadic. Malachi Black is nowhere to be seen nor or hear from as a member of the House of Black. AEW Dark and Elevation are another main event and superstar show of WWE. They are shows for guys who are never used on Dynamite and aren't planned to ever be used on Dynamite. AEW has hit a rough water, and I hope the ship will get righted soon. If they don't, they will be a defunct wrestling company. What do you think of that?
I don't even know where the fuck he was coming from, and I even responded to him. I even said that TK has been correcting various mistakes, but at the end of the day, he just needs more TV time. The only correct thing that he really said in that was the fact that Dark and Dark Elevation could be booked better. And that I do agree with. Those two shows need to be booked as if they are extra hours of TV. They need to make those shows must see as well. But at the end of the day, outside of that, that's a problem that you're going to have to tackle on your own, Tyler. That sounds like a you problem because the shows have been just fine. Have they been perfect? No, absolutely not. But if you've actually been watching the shows, you would actually understand that the majority of your gripes aren't even legitimate gripes. Random title matches, if you've been paying attention to the rankings, you will see that people have been getting wins in order to get title matches. Not really sure that paying attention is something that is a lost virtue, but in this day and age, paying attention really is a lost virtue, and it's quite frankly pathetic. And I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about everybody. But at the end of the day, this is a problem that he's going to have to tackle on his own. It's not TK's problem. The fact that he doesn't have TV time, this is what you get. It goes back to what I said. All he needs is more TV time. I can't really stress that any further. I can't really stress that any more clearer than I've already stressed it. At the end of the day, this is what we are left with. But with the major stars coming back, there's a lot of big plans in place. Tony Khan's made do with the roster being a little bit depleted. He's made do with what he's been made do with. And we've gotten some pretty damn good shows recently. So at the end of the day, it is what it is right now. But we've been getting some decent shows. So I'm not sure where he's coming from as far as that relates. And I'll say this right now. Tyler, if you're listening, bro, I like you, but you're in the minority, man. You're in the minority, and you might want to get with the program.
Yeah, I do agree with that assessment. I saw the comment and I said to myself, I said, yeah, we have to discuss this. And Tyler, I disagree with everything you said. I respectfully disagree. I think Tony Khan is doing the best that he can to work with what he's got with, and he has to work within the frame of this to his TV people and to his investors and everything else that who invest in this company. Um, other than that is what he has to work with. And like DJ Storm brilliantly said, they just need more time. They need more time, and maybe when they renegotiate, can't even get the word out, but renegotiate the contract, maybe, just maybe, that they can say to them, we need a better television format than what we're getting right now. I know that when Dynamite goes over the TV limit, they do give them the extra time so that the main event can get finished, which is something I'm happy about because then you don't get it cut off like that. But other than that, Tyler, I think you are in the minority, and I'm sorry to say I don't agree with anything you said. I'm sorry. I think that Tony Khan is doing the best he can, and he's working with what he's got. And as a matter of fact, I want to let everybody know one thing is that in October, when AEW debuts in Canada, Rampage will be on Thursday night instead of
Yes,
Friday.
exactly where it
So
should be.
right. So when they go to Canada in October, Rampage will be on Thursday night instead of Friday, which is good. I mean, which is good. Maybe that this is a step in the right direction, and maybe Tony Khan will go to TNT and say, you know what? Why don't we move Rampage to Thursday night, give it 2 hours, and then tape it that way, and then everybody can enjoy it. You got a Rampage on. You got Dynamite on Wednesday night. Then you got Rampage on Thursday night, and that's it. Your wrestling week is concluded. Then you can watch SmackDown on Friday night, which will give WWE multiple times to do what they need to do on their program and give the audience something that they can hang their hat on for the weekend. I don't have any issues with that. I don't. I think that's a great format for them to have. But we'll see. We'll see if that will come to fruition. I hope it does. And I wish Tony Khan the best of luck with everything because he's pushing the right buttons right now.
Yes.
He's trying. The company is not perfect, but he's pushing the buttons and he's doing the best he can. So don't be hard on him, Tyler. Don't be hard on Tony Khan. He's doing what he needs to do to keep the AEW thriving. And that's what he's trying to do. I mean, this company has even thrived during the pandemic while
Yes.
WWE was floundering. While WWE was floundering during the pandemic, AEW was shining through the pandemic. So that is something that you need to look into that and look and delve into that and see how they were thriving in this pandemic and how they navigated the waters and slowly bringing back the audience and it's slowly bringing back this and slowly bringing back that. So the fans have responded in kind to AEW. I mean, they sold out all out in Chicago in 2 minutes. What more evidence do you need?
If they were
What
putting on a
evidence do you
bad
need?
product and it was in the rut, then they wouldn't have sold out all out.
No, they wouldn't. 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 So I just think everybody needs to be patient and stop hard, being hard on AEW. Give them a pass. Give them a pass. They'll get it done. Tony Khan
They
is
gave
a
WWE a pass, and they were putting on shit TV up until 3-4 weeks ago.
right, exactly.
Seriously. Now people want to criticize WWE. Now Vince Russo wants to come out and say, "Oh, Triple H, he's booking for the March." Fucking retard, Vince Russo. Isn't this the same guy that created the fucking Brawl for All because he just wanted John Bradshaw Layfield to get knocked out? Petty, fat bitch is Vince Russo. Fuck him. Unreal.
And another thing too is I want you all to remember this. First of all, DJ Storms will return this Saturday afternoon for the Lightning Flash update. But I want you all to understand something. I want you all to listen to me very carefully on my show before I end this. I want you all to look at not just what WWE's done so far, but I want you all to look at how long the matches are versus what Vince McMahon booked. The women, especially in the women's division, the matches are right now the best I've ever seen in match length. And I am impressed with that because they used to bury the women on television with 2-minute matches. The women matches are getting more ample time than ever before under Triple H's umbrella. So I want you all to understand that and understand that the match length is getting better and better each and every week, which is something that we all wanted to have happen. So I'm looking forward to the Castle event. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be under Triple H. He is going to run the show the way he's supposed to run it. And I have a feeling we're going to get a great pay-per-view out of it. I have a feeling that this is going to be something that we will be talking about for a very long time. Because this is the first time that Triple H is going to be in charge of a pay-per-view and the booking. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what kind of bag of tricks Mr. Triple H has in his bag. So I'm looking forward to it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is it for the show. The curtain has come down. The audience is filing out. And of course, I have to thank one person and one person only for taking a slice out of his time and being with me tonight is Mr. DJ Storms. You have been absolutely fantastic, sir. I greatly appreciate you. Your brand is hot. You're hot. Your supporters are hot. And of course, I wish you all the best in your work environment, your family environment, and everything else that you touch. You are absolutely fantastic, my friend. And good luck with your Lightning Flash update. I, of course, will be listening as always, popping in to say hello in your live streams and in your chats. Again, like I said before, this show is broadcasting right now on the DJ Storms YouTube channel, and he can go back and watch the show over and over again, just like you all can. You can watch the encore presentation of my show anytime, any place, anywhere. You all you gotta do is just look me up on YouTube and click on one of my videos, hit the like button, and enjoy. DJ Storms, I hope you have a safe weekend. I hope you have an enjoyable weekend.
I'm on vacation from work next week, so I'm gonna have a nice, relaxing time.
Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's fantastic. You deserve it. And of course, everybody else deserves a great weekend. So I hope everyone will enjoy that. Please remember, this Friday night, SmackDown will be live on Fox, and of course, the TNT will host the Rampage. AEW Rampage is this Friday night. So you got two great shows, SmackDown and Rampage, this Friday night. I will be back in cyberspace again next Thursday for another edition, the great edition of the wrestling experience right here on the Hardcore Sports Network. And I hope you tune in for that. And we're going to have a good time with my guest. I'm not sure who the guest is, but we're going to have a good time. I guarantee you, we're going to have a good time. Because I always like a good time here on the again. Thank you so much for gracing my stage. Thank you so much, sir. All the love to you from Brooklyn, New York to New Jersey. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back in cyberspace once again for another edition of the Wrestling Experience. Have a great weekend, everyone, and good night.